Hey everyone, welcome to Damage Scaling YouTube channel. My name is Eddie Wang and I am a Skarlet main. And I have been a Skarlet main before in MK9 and I was a Kung Lao main at Trick in MKX and now again in MK11 I'm still a Skarlet main. And not many people enjoy playing this character because she has to work really hard to win, and not many people really understand the concept of Skarlet in MK11, so they just quit. But anyway, despite the facts and the hardships, she is still a character that I enjoy playing in this game, despite, because I think at least Skarlet offers some challenge to play and nothing is really that simple, unlike certain characters. But what we are going to cover today is why it is okay if people break away from your combos and why your armor break is not the best while also not being the worst in the game. Trust me, your armor break is not the worst in the game. I have tested most of the armor breaks. Some characters don't even have across 3 variations, which is something that Skarlet has. She has on every single variation of the game, she has armor break because this is an universal move and this move does a lot for Skarlet. What people don't really like about Skarlet armor break is because it doesn't give a full combo mid-screen, so they tend to say that it's trash, but that is not entirely true, and I'm going to show you why, and also why it's important that people break away from your combos regardless. So if they don't really break away from your combos, as you guys can see, Liu Kang has 4 bars of meter and he doesn't really need it to fight against Skarlet, and the only thing that he really needs meter for in this game, at least against Skarlet, is to break away from combos and use flawless block launchers. And Liu Kang is a character that has a 9 frame flawless block launcher. Kung Lao, Sonya, Johnny Cage, Kitana, all these characters have an 8 frame flawless block launcher, so you cannot reversal these characters when you use a gap. So how do you beat these characters? You're gonna have to force them into a breakaway position, and now that they cannot break away, you just get to hack away with everything you got and spam as much move as possible, and the only thing they are going to be able to do is block. And even then, if they try to run away, like release block at some point before having one of the meter falls, you are going to net more damage, so they're gonna have to be extremely careful about that. This is where her armor break comes in, because it's a choice. It's not the worst, remember, it's not the best, but it's not the worst either, because if Liu Kang, for example, breaks away from this combo, he is still going to take 10-3 damage, and Skarlet now is in position advantage where she can zone as much as she please, use tentacles and do a bunch of chip damage and stuff as much as he likes before he even gets a defensive bar to do whatever he likes. So this is really important. As you guys seen, the bar is not filled yet and he already lost more than half of his life, so this is important. So when you are fighting a character that is going to get an edge full screen, you don't want to use the breakaway for the extra damage, you just want to be close, so you get to utilize every single string that you have that has a gap, like this one, this one, this one. You can spam this a lot and do a lot of damage. You can do this and continue to do a lot of damage. So this is important. This is where Skarlet chip is going to shine, because you get to hack away, and the only thing they can do is flawless block, but they do not have follow-up, so it doesn't really matter. So this is important. It's extremely important. And then just to show you, like for example, character can flawless block, so I'm going to set the AI to guard all, and I'm going to set a reversal. Where are the reversals? So you get to see Skarlet strings that have a gap. This string is something that we can utilize between the first and the second hit, because it's extremely hard, or it's not really possible to flawless block between these two strings, but there is a gap between 1 and 2. As you guys can see, Liu Kang got hit by something. That's because the reversal window kicked in and it ducked in between the strings, so this has a gap. Another thing that has a gap is this one, also has a gap. So if I set Liu Kang to guard this one, as you guys know, the third hit has a gap. So just as this one also has a gap. Let's say this has a gap, this has a gap. There is also this one doesn't have. This is the one of the fewest things of Liu Kang that doesn't have a gap. This one right here doesn't have a gap. Liu Kang, sorry, Skarlet doesn't have a gap. There is also this, also doesn't have a gap. So there is a few things that you can do. You can do this, which is a gapless string, and it does a lot of damage. You can also do like this, but this has a gap on last hit. You can also do this, that also doesn't have a gap. So you get to utilize stuff like a 44 into Blood Bow, and even if they duck the Blood Bow, then they're gonna have to deal with forward 2 into Tentacle, so they're gonna have to block something regardless. So this works well with Heart Piece, and works even better for Blood Drive, because you can delay the Blood Bow and make it like really hard for them to avoid it. Then your forward 2 into Tentacle is going to do like massive chip, like for example around 5% chip that she gets from all this. So this is the video for today. Hope you guys enjoy it. Remember that it doesn't really matter if people likes to break away from your combos. If they do, spam as many strings as you like. Every string that has a gap is going to become a usable string, and it's going to be extremely hard to deal with, because they really don't have like they don't have flawless block anymore. So all this becomes really good, really good strings. So always pay attention to this stuff before jumping on the bandwagon and saying that this movie is trash, this movie is trash, this movie is trash. Skarlet Armor Break is not the worst in the game. It's not the best, definitely, but it's not the worst either, because on top of being available for all variations, it has some uses, and you still get damage from it when people break away. And even if they break away, it doesn't really matter, because now all your strings on top of 44 are extremely usable. So it doesn't really matter if they break away or not. You are still going to get an advantage, and they are going to lose 2 bars of meter, which of course you're going to build automatically on their own. But before they get the first bar, you are going to deal a lot of damage to your opponent, either by chip or with just throws and stuff, trying to open the guard. You can try to do anything. They are definitely much weaker. So don't forget, hit your like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you play Mortal Kombat, as we are covering Mortal Kombat every Wednesday. And there is a high chance I actually go back to MKX and try to explore different characters as well, and try to bring this every Wednesday. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys real soon.